What's up, air gunners? So as you can see, the FX Panthera hype is in full motion. Like, it's at a level 10. I mean, they're flying guys to private islands. They got iguana hunts. I think the only thing we're missing is girls in bikinis talking about, ooh, if you own this, you'd be so sexy. You'd be a lot hotter, right? Some bald old white guy being attractive to a young girl. This is one of those things that, kind of pulling back the reality, because we got to kind of see through some of the marketing. I don't mean to poo-poo on FX and all the air gun stores. I'm not trying to do that. It's more along the lines of curbing expectations. And the first thing you got to realize is when you're marketing a product, there's two things you inject into that market, which is FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And the other one is FOMO, fear of missing out. And with any new product, especially with these air guns, the way it's been lately, we kind of see that happening time and time again. And it's kind of more along the lines, to get out of that mode, you kind of have to have confidence or a belief system in place and some experience. With that, this kind of reminds me of the belief of the 4-minute mile. And I know this is kind of a side story, but the 4-minute mile wasn't really broken. The sub 4-minute mile wasn't broken until 1954, where a runner came in at 3 minutes and 58 seconds, which blew everyone away because they thought it was physically impossible for a person to run that fast. And then just 2 months later, two individuals came in like 3 minutes and 57 seconds, which then paved the way for other runners to continuously lower their time. And I think at the end, last world record is 3 minutes and 43 seconds. So there's this thing, if you believe it's possible, you kind of make it possible, and you kind of just see it through and become more confident. And we do see that a lot in shooting sports, with the Olympics and the biathlons, where we see some older Olympian that takes his and shoots 22 cal, puts it away in storage until he gets pretty old, and he's like, well, I have to get rid of it at some point. And he doesn't sell it out on the open market for the highest bidder, because he could get a lot of money for that, obviously. But he sells it to another Olympian, some young kid that he wants to install belief in, like, hey, this gun was good enough to get gold, silver, or bronze. Take it and do good things with it. That individual takes it and moves forward with it. And the young kid could probably buy any Ann Schultz 22 he wanted to. And there's been thousands or millions produced since, let's say, 1984, 1967, when these guns were being made. I think that kind of comes back around to the industry we are in. We have the RMAC, the Rocky Mountain Air Challenge, extreme bench rest. We got 100-yard shooting, and we've seen a lot of advancements. We've gone from 177 to 22 to 25 to 30. We've gone to boosting the power a lot. We've gone to heavier pellets. Then we went to slugs, and now we've got all these different iterations of slugs and ballistic coefficients and scopes, and just to buck the wind. And here we are, the latest 2022 Rocky Mountain Air Challenge. Dusty Powers wins it, not with an FX Impact, but with a FX Crown. Something built in like 2017, a traditional rifle, not the impacts, the bullpups, and all that. And I think that's gonna kind of runs a little wild. And he didn't do it with a 25 cal or a 30 cal. He did it with a 22. And he didn't do it with like the latest and greatest slugs, some special slugs some guys are making somewhere. He did it with pellets, some traditional old stuff. All that stuff was a proven track record. And I only say that because I think in the future, with the new Panthera platform coming, there's going to be a lot of FX Impacts up for sale. But I guess before all this happens, as I mentioned, a question that might come up, and that is, if you could buy the FX Panthera right now, $2,200, or if Dusty offered his FX Crown for $2,200 to you, which one would you buy?